Hey, welcome to another episode of Full-Time Freedom Tour. My name is Johnny Rowlett, and today my wife and I are going to be discussing the fact that we traded in our amazing Mini Cooper that we love so much, and we stepped up to the new Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, new to us, 2018. With that purchase, however, we found out that there's a little bit of a problem flat towing the Jeep Cherokee 2018 Trailhawk, and it's called the Death Wobble. Stay tuned. Let's talk about how we handled that problem. Death Wobble.
Okay, this is our new vehicle that we just purchased about a month ago. This is our Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. I'm so excited. We absolutely love our new vehicle. It's a 2018, so it's new to us, but it's not brand new. Just traded in our Mini Cooper that was giving us a lot of grief and was going to start costing us a lot of money. And so we decided now is the time rather than being stuck on the side of the road or something like that. So this is what we just purchased. We just went and put our new base plate on here, which included these things right here, and then the adapter here that has what you would call maybe an umbilical cord, which is either a blue or black hose or a white cord, if you will, that connects to the motorhome, and then that's what works your lights, and then this actually connects to the bar that's connected to your motorhome, so then it just pulls it. We also, when we had this base plate done, we had a Mopar wiring harness put on there strictly from only Mopar or only Jeep can put it on there. Why they didn't fix it themselves, I don't know, but that is a safety measure to get rid of the death wobble. So when you're going down the road, a lot of times these types of Jeeps have a death wobble, so it eliminates that. However, because of that wiring harness, then the battery can die if you're driving for too long, 3+ hours I think it is. So then we also had to have an additional wire that is charging the battery as we're going down the road. So that was a little bit extra things that we did this time with our Jeep that we had to do with our Mini Cooper. We didn't have to have any of that stuff with our Mini Cooper. And then in order to flat tow, this is an automatic. And so in order to flat tow this particular vehicle, it has to be a 4-wheel drive, and it also has to be able to be switched over into neutral. So let's take a look and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, and so here, this is the neutral button that I was just talking about. So you have to make sure that these particular Jeeps have a neutral because not all of them do. So you will actually, in your owner's manual, on our manual, it's page 167, it starts. And it literally gives you step-by-step directions of actually how to do it step by step, what you do, and then it tells you once you're done pulling, how to take it out of the neutral mode. That I just made a photocopy of this so we can just grab this really easily and not have to thumb through the pages, and we're easy to access it. So it's pretty much straightforward. It pretty much gives you step-by-step directions exactly how you do it. There are a lot of steps. In our Mini Cooper, it was a standard transmission, so we really didn't have to do anything except put it in neutral, and that was it. This one, because it's a automatic, there's a lot more steps that go into it, and also because this is a lot heavier vehicle, then we also have to have a braking system on this vehicle, which we didn't have to on our Mini Cooper. So what that consists of is a unit, and we'll show you what that unit looks like. We'll actually sit here on the floor, we'll back this seat up, and it will push the brake when we push the brake in the motorhome. So that's an extra safety precaution to have just in case of an emergency. If you have to slam on your brakes for any reason, then the Jeep isn't going to just ram into the back of you, it's also going to slam on its brakes. So it's just added precaution. So this is the braking system that I just spoke about, the additional braking system. This plugs into your accessory outlet, and then this piece right here actually connects to your brake, and then they will actually install an additional cord And then this cord just plugs right into here, and you turn this on, and then it works perfectly fine. On this particular brand, the Blue Ox, ours actually comes with a dashboard monitor system, so you can determine if the braking system is working or not working. So that's an added bonus too. So it's pretty straightforward.
When Gale was talking about the Wobble Fix for the death wobble, this is what they installed right here. It's a connection to the power steering, the electronic power steering. And what they do is they give you a bypass that this fuse, you put this fuse in here, and it engages continual electronic power steering while you're driving down the road, so that you don't get the death wobble. The issue is though, is that if you don't have a continual battery charge onto the system, by engaging this Mopar flat tow wiring kit, it actually will drain the battery within 3 hours. So that's why we went ahead and placed what Gale was talking about, the wire from the coach to the Jeep itself that charges the battery while we're driving down the roads. All you do is flip this piece up here, and as you can see, there's just a place for this fuse, goes right in here. Push it back down. Then inside the Jeep, this is where they installed the toggle switch. Just flip this up, and you see there's a little just regular switch toggle. Flip that on, turn it on, and you're ready to go. So that is powered on electronic power steering that helps stop the death wobble. Again, this on by itself will kill your battery within 3 hours of driving. So you must have an auxiliary lead that is charging your battery while you're driving. One other tip, one other issue is that you must remember to turn this off when you get where you are stopped for the night. Even if you don't disengage the Jeep from your RV, you really need to turn that off. So it saves the battery, number one. Number two, you cannot drive with it on, or it will throw a code, into your system. So you must remember to unplug the fuse and shut that off before engaging, unhooking from the RV, and driving this vehicle.
So this is Blue Ox's heaviest tow bar. So this actually goes into the receiving end of the motorhome. And so then this actually plugs into the bars that I just showed you on the front of the vehicle. Then there's a bolt that goes through here to connect it. It's really pretty straightforward and very easy to connect. And then these are what locks these bars in place. So this is pretty simple and pretty, like I said, pretty straightforward.
We found that even though our Jeep is not very heavy and you can't even feel it behind this motorhome driving down the road, we really wanted, for our own peace of mind, we wanted to go with the Blue Ox, the heaviest system that they had for the heaviest vehicles that you could tow. We just went ahead and went with this just for our own comfortable peace of mind.
So bring the vehicle to a complete stop. So I did, and then turn the engine, put it in park, and then turn your engine off, and then turn your ignition on run mode so you can't have the brake on, and then hold the brake pedal, shift the transmission into neutral, and then I have to use this ballpoint pen to turn this neutral button on. So it has to go until it stops blinking. All right, so then it says start the engine. Then I have to reverse to see if there's any movement, and there's not. And switch it back into neutral. Okay, so then after you do all that, then you shift it into park, and then you turn it off.
This goes on here, and it has a nice little feature button right here that you can push to go down or go up. So you just put it right on there and then push the button and it goes right down on and clamps down onto the brake pad. So I get that first and then I plug it in power wise, and I plug it in right here to this little auxiliary cord goes right there. And this goes in the power side right here into your constant power right there. And then you pull your seat up to where it just barely touches the braking system. Then you turn it on and it'll flash, and then you hit setup one time and it'll engage the brake. And it should be green, and it is, and it's ready to go. That's all. That's simple. Another reason for having a braking system is on a rear engine, even though it's rear engine diesel, if we were to slam on our brakes, the front end of the motorhome will pitch forward and bring this rear end up high, and your tow vehicle will have a tendency to go under the motorhome and cause much more damage than if you had the braking system. Would help you slow the braking of the Jeep as well as the motorhome at the same time. So you may be asking yourself, why do I need the braking system? Even if a vehicle, even though this is over 3,000 pounds, it's still pretty lightweight. You probably won't even feel it behind your motorhome. The reason is if you were in an accident, insurance companies are looking for any reasons whatsoever not to cover your damage. And so if it was recommended that you're supposed to have a brake system in your flat tow vehicle, and they proved that you didn't, you might have an issue. You know, someone left in the comments below a question for us whether in our previous tow vehicle, our Mini Cooper, whether or not that Mini Cooper was an approved flat tow vehicle. I understand what their question is that some, I'm sure there are lists out there from manufacturers of the better vehicles to tow. Jeep is actually one that is on their list of good tow vehicles. The Cherokee is a little bit more high risk because of the death wobble. And I noticed that the Mini Cooper was not on there. However, I know a lot of people who flat tow Mini Coopers behind their motorhomes, but you must make sure that they are standard transmission. Our Mini Cooper was perfect behind a motorhome, and the reason is because it was, like I said, standard transmission. You just put it in neutral and go. The other issue is that it didn't lock the steering wheel like some tow vehicles might have an issue with. When the power was off, the steering wheel stayed engaged. The other part that was a big deal to us is that you didn't need the braking system in most states because it was less than 3,000 pounds. I know some. One last thing about this is that, did we really need the electronic power steering Mopar part that cost us probably $600-700? Did we really need to buy the heavier duty tow bar actually from Blue Box? Did we really need this part? Did we really need the braking system? In all truth, you know how guys are? For me, I could have put some bungee cords up there and hooked some baling wire to it and rolled on Mississippi. But I have a wife that wants to feel at peace when we're driving down the road, that we've done everything possible for safety. And it may not matter to me as much, but it matters that my wife is happy and my wife feels good about what we're doing and she's comfortable and at peace. And I promise you, anybody who does any kind of RVing, having your wife be at peace and feel confident and comfortable in our traveling makes your freedom tour that much better. So just a little advice to the guys, for the guys out there. If mama's happy, you be happy. Promise. As Gale and I head off for our next destination, we want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who support us, who subscribe to us, who hopefully some of this has encouraged you yourself to get out there and enjoy life and find your freedom. We are also excited to announce our brand new website called fulltimefreedom.org, and we have lots of brand new t-shirts, many more products to come that are for camping and RVing out there. We've got so many cool things with, you notice that we took the Class A and made it into a logo. We took the RV trailer right there. We even did a pop-up. We hope that you go check it out today, fulltimefreedom.org.